I spent just under $14,000 buying an Azuki. Was it worth it? In this video, I show you exactly what you get if you're an Azuki holder and the world of utility right now in the NFT space. Is utility related to floor price or is there more to it? So let's go through the Azuki Discord right now. And if you're not aware of Azuki as a collection, Azuki launched 6 months ago, and at the moment it's a 10,000 PFP collection, and at the moment the floor price is 11.19 in Ethereum. Now if you have a look at the price history of Azuki, and this is over the last 3 months, you can see that it's dipped significantly. I mean, part of that is due to bear market conditions, but also some perceived negativity towards the project, and this was in relation to the project's founder and previous collections he had launched, which looked like rug pulls. And obviously he had to answer a few questions on the announcements in Azuki. So let's go over to the Discord. Now the purpose of this video is not to talk about what's right or wrong here or how it could have been better dealt with, etc. The purpose of this video is to look at whether holding an Azuki for these kind of prices is actually worth it. And what do you get for that? Now I'm scrolling back to an announcement that the founder had made, and the recent stuff Azuki has been working on includes in-person events, their first apparel drop as well, and kind of a vague statement about 2022 and beyond. Just saying that they met up and they discussed the roadmap and other kind of changes that could potentially come up. But then scrolling down, this is the first place I start, by the way, the announcements. I like to scroll back just to see what they've been doing, how they've been developing the project, and it kind of like a good summary. It sounds like whatever happened before with the founder, he's tried to rectify that here. So that's these announcements here, and kind of scrolling further down, I'm just trying to see if there's any other new announcements here. And again, we're just talking about the Azuki experience in NYC. And to be honest, the last many announcements have just been about these get-togethers, which are of course really cool. But again, is it, you know, $14,000 or $15,000 worth of value, or what people were paying for an Azuki only a couple of months ago, which was probably north of $40,000, being the cheapest in the entire collection. We scroll to the left here, you can see that a lot of these channels are open to the public anyway. There's a separate area, which I'll show you in just a minute, which is just for Azuki holders. We've got here the Azuki manifesto, which they shared on Twitter. That's not changed, I don't think, and that was all the way back in December of 2021. They've got the general chat, which all Discords typically have. But let's go into the garden area, which is basically the holders area. And you can see here they give a nice overview. So they've got a general chat for Azuki, Beans, and Bobu holders, private chat for Azuki holders, and then further down you've got a floor price movement chat for Azuki holders, alpha chat, and then alpha research as well on upcoming projects. That's what I'm really interested in, because, you know, what are you getting? What extra utility are they actually offering, or is it more just a kind of marketing ploy? Further down here, they've actually got things like Azuki Sell. I'm ignoring the chill-in voice channels and stuff like that that everybody has, and gaming lobbies. But basically down here, Azuki Sell, you may also post your listing here. Non-holders will still be able to view your listing. Azuki Buy, list what you're looking to buy here. Azuki Trade, list your trades here. And that's about it. So let's go through it. I'm clicking here on Village, and this seems to be just, like they've said before, a place for kind of people to connect. This is the garden, which looks like some other kind of chat channel. Again, seems quite active, but I'm not sure if there's any massive value in the chat itself. This is the Yo channel, which is nice. So let's go a little bit further. So Azuki Connect, probably where people can kind of share their Twitter accounts, etc. Again, quite standard on many Discords. Community events calendar, nothing special there. Community meetups, something I think they're working on in different areas of the world, which is really cool. And this is a separate thread for NFT NYC, which they made a lot of announcements on. Now going into the alpha channel here, so they call this Garden Alpha. Clicking on alpha chat here, and again, this is just a chat channel. I suppose the purpose was for people to talk about maybe trade setups or something that's coming up, that's trending, that kind of alpha chat, like you'll see in groups like ours, like alpha groups. But it just looks like a little bit more of a chat channel, to be fair. I'm just trying to see if there's any serious posts here, opportunities. Nope, just general chit chat, alpha reports. This is where it might get really interesting. So I'm looking at this, and this looks like a write-up done today. and there's a bit of an overview of a collection that's launching, and it looks like they're entering a raffle. So basically this is like a Discord giveaway template basically, rather than alpha, to be honest with you. And they're raffling off to Azuki holders, and they're able to get 50 spots, which is nice, but in a 10,000 collection, probability is not great, to be honest. But is that an alpha report? I'm not sure, because that's more a Discord template. This looks like a better kind of project rundown. So this is Ultraman NFT. And by the way, they've even got a disclaimer here. This is unofficial community alpha, does not come from Azuki team. Alpha Beans is a community run effort and are simply sharing info that could be beneficial to readers. And this is a member of the team here. I'm not clear what the role is of these members. I assume analyst. And they're doing a bit of a rundown of Ultraman, roadmap, what's to come, key takeaways, green flags, some general thoughts. Looks to be a very detailed write-up. Not really any kind of entry, exit prices or anything in particular. I'm not seeing any kind of charts here. I mean, technical analysis is very, very important when it comes to any new collection, even when they're in a kind of pre-reveal stage. And then again, I'm seeing offered whitelist spots to Azuki holders. So again, this is another raffle. So a lot of this could be a template from the other company potentially. So in terms of alpha reports, nice detailed write-ups, but you could call it research alpha, but obviously it may be a little bit biased because they're offering a raffle on it anyway. I can't see any pure alpha, if I'm honest with you. Garden Market Gate, and this starts with some sort of quiz that you have to answer to get through. So hopefully I'll answer the questions right. So then it opens up in a new tab, question 1. I just guessed the answer. I won't tell you what the answer is because I don't think Azuki will like that very much, but let's go to question 2. Again, I just guessed number 2 as well. That was right. And then, yeah, I got the third one right as well. So this opens up the garden market, these questions. Kind of cool in a way, just to verify people actually do the basic due diligence. So I kind of like that as a little filter because there's so many beginners in the space. And there are people who've been in the space forever and are still just getting scammed doing silly stuff, really. So, but anyway, these are Azuki Sell channel. So in this particular one, so people are sharing their Azukis here and then Azuki buy. I imagine this is what people might want to buy. I don't know. Maybe just to see if people might negotiate. I'm honestly, I don't know if any of you guys hold an Azuki. I don't know how this marketplace is doing. Is it helping? Is it making it a little bit more engaging there and stuff like that? I suppose it allows people to interact, because the problem with OpenSea is, you do the offers and stuff and then you have to wait forever and then offers expire, ETH price drops 20%, all of these other things can happen. So maybe having a direct dialogue with the other person, as long as it's a safe purchase and you guys agree on something, is not the worst idea in the world, especially for a higher price NFT. Whether you want to call Azuki a blue chip NFT is whatever your definition of blue chip is. And then you've got Azuki trade channel here as well. And then you've got NYC swap. And there you go. And then they have another channel. I'm not sure if it's just for members or just general. It's called Creatives. And I had a look through and it's just a little bit of creative story writing, which is kind of nice. The art looks really cool. I had a look at this channel. And these are just people, I assume just random members of the community sharing their art. And yeah, there's some interesting ones. So that's a really kind of cool channel. And then Hall of Art. I assume they run from time to time art contests, so you can see them in here as well. But I suppose this is all what makes up, what you might want to classify as a great community. All of this other stuff, this is a place where you'd want to be interacting. But the irony is, as you will have seen, those of you who've been trading a little bit longer with NFTs, there are collections launching all the time now, and the new thing is not to have a Discord at all. Sometimes barely even to have a website, just to have a Twitter, and here's your PFP collection, deal with it. If you think about goblins and all the derivatives and some of the newer ones like Moonrunners at the moment, which is the topic of another video, of course. But yeah, it's, times are changing. Things move fast in the NFT world, so you have to be aware of that. And my purpose with some of these videos, so make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I'll be releasing a whole host of these, is to kind of share to you how things have changed compared to when I first started and I was doing project appraisal. It's changed completely. Like you can't do Discord project appraisal. How could you if loads of these collections, some of them doing really well, don't even have a Discord at all? Like, what are you actually buying into and what do you need to see? This is why in the background, our team are working on a game-changing software which gets rid of this quantitative analysis where people just have opinions about artwork and stuff like that, because there's much more to it than just artwork and Discord communities, clearly, because that won't explain why some of the recent projects that have done really well, why they popped off. There's much more to it than that. But anyway, I won't talk about that here. So here, garden rolls. Musicians, producers react to get access to the studio. I'm not really a musician or producer. And then they've got a little bit of music there. What else? This is just called Off Topic. Again, some of these channels are not very active at all. What we do in our own Discord is if there's a channel just a bit shit, or if there's a channel which is just not active at all, or just rubbish in general, we close it off and we archive it. There's no point in keeping it open, to be honest with you. But anyway, this is Stonks Alpha. Again, not active at all, so I don't know why they had that here. And then another one called Devs. And looking through this, I suppose it's just devs sharing some of their ideas. Again, not very active at all. They could probably lose all of that, to be honest with you. Then at the bottom, resources, and they've got something which is suggestions. If you have an idea to make it better, this is where you submit. And I'm pretty sure I've gone through the entire Discord. So there you go. So that's what $14,000 or just under buys you in terms of NFT, in terms of utility. Now, obviously, people don't invest in NFTs purely because they want to come into Discord and find loads and loads of utility and value. A lot of it is to do with perceived long-term value of a particular NFT. So old school investment, like investing in stocks. You don't want to know what Apple are doing day to day. A lot of people don't really care. They're buying it, hoping that it increases in value at some future date. With NFTs, of course, is a little bit trickier because you have to think about the value of the cryptocurrency underlying as well. So although Azuki may not have changed much in terms of floor price in the last few weeks, because the ETH price dropping, it's definitely dropped further. So these are the kind of things you need to take into consideration. By the way, we talked about the Discord, but a few points that a lot of people just don't get that I wanted to share with you now is this. So let's go to items on Azuki on OpenSea and let's click on highest last sale. So you can see some of the best ones, perceived ones in the collection. Now, what a lot of people don't realize is, now we looked at the Discord there and there wasn't much going on, let's be fair. It's a nice sense of community and stuff like that, but nothing special. However, the collection itself, one thing that's very undervalued and misunderstood, or just not understood at all within the NFT space, is when you innovate within the space and you create something new, or you start a trend of something, if you're the person who started that, you're going to be doing very, very well. You're the OG there. And some of these designs, when they first came out, this was breathtaking PFE, in my opinion. And it's been copy and pasted to death ever since. And this started a whole trend. You could even argue the whole anime art trend, or it was one of the best anime art type of projects. And if you look at all of these traits, character traits and stuff like that, that's where all of that came from. And then you had the innovation with regards to their contract as well. These are the key factors. So regardless of what Azuki do now, they will always be remembered for that. So that's kind of their own history. If you think about the history of maybe a classic car and when it first started, that's how I liken this to. So when you're thinking from an investor point of view, did they do something that was game changing? It doesn't matter now how many people do free mints without Discord and stuff like that. Goblin Town will always be remembered as one of the earliest that did something completely different and shook up the space a little bit during very challenging market conditions, which is why in future, who knows, but they may be viewed much like an Azuki. I think when it got to like 9 ETH or 10 ETH, that was definitely kind of too high for the collection. And I don't know where they're going to take it in terms of their own roadmap and stuff like that. I'm talking about Goblin Town now, not Azuki. But you see where I'm coming from. That's something that's undervalued and not very well understood within the space. So just kind of be aware of that, especially if you're looking for longer term investments in the NFT space. Let me know what you think about this style of video. Please share any of your thoughts, comments below, and I'll do another one very soon where we actually look at another perceived blue chip We go through their entire collection, Discord, everything. But I also share with you some more thoughts of what I think is the new meta for the next kind of coming few months. Because I think personally it's pretty obvious. I don't know if it's because I'm a founder as well as an investor and NFT trader, but it's starting to become very, very clear now what's going to do well and what's going to be complete rubbish in the coming few months. Thanks very much for listening.